Okay, um, this is second part of the introduction to plab 2 and my experience session. Okay, so let's continue. Why should you understand the marking sheet? Basically, if you understood exactly what they want from you, you will be able to give it to them so you can pass. That's simple, okay? So, in front of you, something very close to the marking sheet you will have after you finish the exam and get your results. These are the criteria that exactly will be marked against, okay? So, first thing, data gathering. How do you take the data? How do you gather history, okay? What exactly are you asking for? Do you know what you're asking for? Or do you ask everything? Okay. What about initial investigation and examinations? That's also within this category. Here in the top table on the highest row, data gathering and technical and assessment skills. Okay. Next one is clinical management skills. So that's how you explain reach diagnosis, explain your diagnosis or your range of diagnoses, explain it, explain also the findings, and explain the management plan, how you handle this, how you talk about this. Okay. Last one is the most important one in the whole your assessment criteria in this exam, which is the interpersonal skills, how you talk to the patient, how you handle the patient, how you contain the patient, how you do that. Do you know how do you use your communication skills? Do you know how? Do you know how? Or only do you know how to answer questions? Question, answer, question, answer. Interpersonal skills is the most important item in this whole paper. The below table, okay, it's more criteria, more they have analyzed those three main criteria, the history, management, and interpersonal skills into more divisions in order for you to give you a more clear picture about what they actually want from you. Consultation. Your whole consultation, was it organized? Was it structured? Did you ask? Did you repeat yourself? Did you ask relevant questions only? Okay. Diagnosis. Did you give a diagnosis? Did you explain diagnosis? Did you give range of diagnoses? Was that relevant? Was that even correct? Okay. Examination. Did you ask for just the specific examination? Did you explain that to the patient, or did you ask for everything and not actually, explaining anything to them? The findings. So after you ask for initial investigations and examination, there will be a paper. The simulator will give it to you with findings. Did you explain that to the patient? Did you relate to that? Did you let him understand this? Did you connect that to the diagnosis? Did you connect that to his symptoms? Did you connect that to the management plan? That's the meaning of findings. Issues. So every station got an issue or few issues, few little things and main problem. Did you know the priority of this? Did you acknowledge main issues in the station? Okay, maybe there are more than one, like hospital policy. You need to talk to the a relative while about his wife maybe or something, and she is dying but he is feeling bad. So of course you have an issue here, which is talking to him about the hospital policy, but you should make sure that he is fine. So you have two issues or maybe more, okay, according to the station. Okay, so that main of issue that will you will know that by doing practice as much as you can in order to know the core of the station, what to ask about and what not to ask about. Language. This mean not using medical jargon. This mean not use okay, use not talking too fast. Maybe your English is too hard to understand, um, or you are using medical jargons, or yes, or talking too fast. Your language is not really meeting their level. Okay, but most of the people, average people, they know how to speak English. They are just not uh, not saying it in the way that the right way. Okay, so it's not that if you already have OET, if you are about to enter the plab 2 exam, so your English should be fairly enough for this exam. Listening. This means that you are ignoring what the patient are saying. Okay, or sometimes you skip it, what you're saying, being skeptical. um, you're not repeating your questions. Okay, you're not listening to the patient, you keep interrupting them, or you are asking questions while they're talking. You're not listening. You're not giving them a good listening. You're not listening to them. Okay. You are even sometimes don't bother about asking about what are they saying. You don't want to understand what are they saying. Management. Again, this is a treatment plan. Was it fairly good enough, adequate or not? Rapport. Did you build a rapport? Were you a quite interesting and friendly person to this person in front of you? Meeting their level of the medicine practice and real settings. I mean, of course, within consistent with that. Time management. Did you waste your time? Did you ask long history, or did you were too slow, too a lot of fillers, losing a lot, wasting a lot of time? Okay, and you didn't finish the whole station. Okay, okay. I want you to know that all these criteria uh, will be you will be assessed by comparing you to the other candidates taking your exam with, and also according to other factors, the examiner's also opinion and his how he sees the situation. Okay, so you should put that in your mind. So some stations you will finish okay on time, or maybe too much early. Another one will finish it really, really. Maybe he will not finish it, so he will not take your mark. Also, same mark like you. That's 100% sure. But if all of you like did not finish one station, all like 11 or 16 candidate did not finish the same station, I think here you might maybe a lot have the same or close mark to each other. I think this makes sense, right? I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, that was about how you will get marked and to understand your marking criteria. Okay, next slide. How to practice stations. So here's the big thing. You shouldn't be afraid to practice. You shouldn't be so full of fear and hesitance to start practicing from the first day. When you first decided to start to study the plab 2, you should know that this is the most enjoyable, the easiest study journey you will ever have in your whole medicine career. Why? Because basically there is no medicine content for real. It's just all a role play acting sessions. You just need a very shallow medicine content. So you need to practice from the first day. This is an act exam, so you need to act, not to read. Again, if you want to familiarize yourself with just the knowledge in order to start, this should happen into 1 hour. I mean, if you want just to read, what I will get to the point where I talk to you about what should you get out of reading. Why are you reading? Okay, so basically you should know the structure of history and management. Here, as you know, the station will be introduce yourself, confirm identity, then take history, then diagnose examination part, then management. Okay, so now you have structure for the introduction, history, and management, right? So what else you need to understand? Need to understand the IPS. So both those you can finish in less than 2 hours. I have 2 sessions that explain the IPS and the history and management in every single station. From that point onward, you can do any station. So what will be the point of reading? You will know the core of the station, just the core. What is the station about? What other questions I could put in my structure? What not to put in my structure? Because basically there will be a very slight variance between station and another, and also the logic, using your logic thinking next to the structure in the part of history. In the part of history, you need to use mnemonics and structure. Also, your logic thinking will give you a very important question. That's the point of reading. You might find in the notes that you are studying from some questions very relevant, very important to ask. You will remember it by time, by doing practice. So also the management will stick in your mind by doing practice. I want you to know that reading management over and over and over, and even writing it, sometimes it will not help you. So doing the management by practice is the only way to having a structure, having a well making sense logic structure, not saying it like a robot, will be the best compromise for this exam. Okay, if you would like to write 5 lines of management under every single case you are doing, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Google that. Use patient info, NICE, and NHS website, and write down your own 5 line management. 5 line management next to the structure of the management. I think that will be way much enough. Way much enough. Due to because you will not remember every single word you have written. This is not a question answer exam. This is a role play, and reading material everywhere. So I want you to know about the structure. Okay, let's read here what's in this slide. Listen to the people doing practice. So, in order for you to start practicing, you need first to find a very good example. To don't you need to find 2 people or group mocks, or free group mocks on here and there. Listen to the people how they practice and take part. Don't be afraid to start. Believe me, once you started, that's like 50% of everything. That's in every role. It's not just studying. I mean, this concept in everything in life, not just studying. So 50% of the any journey is just starting. Now you started. Now you have been tried once. You will get addicted. You will try a lot of time after that. Okay. The problem is you might be hearing wrong people. So listen to people that have passed. Please start with them because people candidates like you don't know like you many things about the exam and how to practice and how to give feedback. So you need this is not a big deal, but again, I have went through a journey of practice and wasted my time sorry, spent my time through a lot of ups and downs in this journey. It means I am in a way much better place than someone who will start from scratch to give you feedback. He will not know actually exactly he's telling you. He will just read the paper or the station from the note and tell you what did you miss. And that basically is nonsense. This is not practice. So you should be marked against that marking sheet I have just explained to you. Okay, and you should do that with someone who knows how to do that. Okay, so study partner, study partner, study partner. Focus on the marking sheet criteria. And never put down and never reassure your study partners. Okay, this is ethics. I want you to know that now you are taking this exam because you will work in England as a doctor. You supposedly are a doctor already. If you're taking this exam, it means you are graduated and you hold license somewhere to practice medicine. There is a very big portion of this profession called ethics. Okay, even you will be tested in this exam about it. So about ethics, talking about ethics, when you're having another colleague with you, you should not really put them down. You cannot and you should not put them down. This is unethical and this is a very low move. Yani. Very low, very low. This should not come out of someone graduated from medicine school. um, Read and practice at the same. Okay, and also sorry, don't reassure people for no reason. Okay, because you are friends and because you're too nice. You are actually doing bad to them more than good. So you shouldn't really reassure them. You shouldn't for no reason. You should put down if they did something good you found out. Okay, praise them. But if they didn't, don't reassure. You are fine. You are fine. I have seen people only have only one study partner through their 6 months studying plan. We did a mock together, and actually, they are not on point at all. There is no interpersonal skills. There is no relevant of the questions. They never finished their history. It was horrible. It was indeed horrible, horrible, horrible. So reassurance is a poison. It's not a remedy. Again, putting people down also is non-ethical. What I did about that, I of course, from my journey of plab 2, a lot of people are putting me down, and they were Arabs like me. I'm totally sorry for being for saying that, but again, that what they happen. What that happened. I'm always aware of what I'm saying to people. I hope I did not harm anyone. I really hope so because this is not my purpose or aim or target. But again, that I found many study partners putting me down. They are not honest. They are not clear. They are not really transparent on how they practice with me, giving me their feedback. That was wrong. Read and practice at the same time, very moment. Okay, so today I decided to practice. Okay, let's hear. Open this beautiful note. Read all the station fast, 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 fast. Okay, now I know all the station. What are you looking when you are reading? You're looking for the core of the station. What to ask, what not to ask about. So now I know what to ask, what to not to ask about. Also, I know an idea about the management of the station. What will I do? Now I will do the station with my study partner or with anyone or in the group mock. Okay. Yes, of course you can ask people to do station with, or you can ask those who have passed. I need someone who has passed to be kind enough, nice enough, the best man in the world or the best woman in the world to give me like just few minutes of their time and practice with me few stations because I have exam and their help would be highly appreciated. I'm very grateful. Okay, be supportive and move away from the the trolls. As I told you, many people will just try to put you down in life, basically. So my advice to you: say thank you, be the bigger person, let them feel bad that they hurted someone. Actually, way much better than they are trying to put him in category that he is not or she is not in. So be the bigger person always. Let them not feel also bad because actually they are already awful and rock bottom. So they thank you and move on. Write down your own notes. That was waste of time. If you want, you can write down something under every station, like your mistake, or five line of management, or DDs, red flags. But be very quick and brief because you will not remember everything. What you will do with these notes is you will revise it. Maybe after a few days, you'll sit down, revise. Okay, write down a paper with all the mistakes that you have done this week, and make sure this paper to hold it. Never while you are practicing. So never do these mistakes again. Never do these mistakes again. Um, Read the management that you have read. Although I find myself the only way that helped me stick the management in my head by practicing it, by saying it again to another candidate. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. Uh, Start doing stations and focus at one thing at another. So focus at one thing at another, then do everything together. You mix it up. So like start with the structure, try to and then finish it within time limit. Be quick, okay? Be quick, brother. Be quick, sister. Okay, please, please. You don't have to finish the every single question in the structure. As I told you, you have to use logic in order to find the questions and to omit questions from the structure. The structure there is to guide you, not to work with it as if you have to finish it. You have to not like that. That's robotic thinking. That will create a lot of irrelevant questions if you had to ask every question in the structure. So work on your structure, in the management, in the history. Work in your IPS. Then work with both together. Then work again one alone. Okay, focus just in one station while you are practice on only IPS. Then focus again on history only. Focus again on management only. Focus on all together. Focus on history and IPS. Focus on IPS like that. You shouldn't do all together from the very beginning. That was not be the best idea ever. But so I advise you to do one thing at another. Revise the core of the stations. So this station is about meningitis. She will come to ask me about meningitis. What should I do? I shouldn't really waste time taking medicine history. I should ask her about what she doesn't know about meningitis, about the incident itself, and answer all her questions because this is counseling. Okay, your mistakes. Okay, in this station, I did waste a lot of time asking a lot of irrelevant questions. Also, my IPS was not good. Okay, the management here just answering questions and okay. So here, so that's how you that's what you should do. Okay, what should do and if there is 100 most common station and if there is like from 100 to 200 station in the whole plab 2, probably less, of course less. So finish like 10 every day, 10 every day or 20 every day. Do the station, take it easy. The whole thing is extremely easy. I find it extremely easy after I have passed it. Okay, mocks and group mocks. As I told you before, mock it's a way of telling you where are you in the journey. Are you ready to enter the exam? What you can work on and fix. The problem with the feedback is many actually of who give feedback are don't give it right. Don't comment with expand. They don't expand on their feedback. I noticed that some people don't give actually right feedback, and although I did pay money for that, it was not fair and it didn't make any sense, and that was non-ethical to just do this for business and reassure them in order to come again. That's silly. That's silly. Okay. So this is support supposed to be medicine profession, and this exam supposed to be the first step for your job in a place that's really serious about this profession. So do it right. Do it right. You should every single party in this process, they should do it right with respect and ethics. But again, it's a lot of business and a lot of funny stuff you will you will run into in this journey. Okay, so mocks should be done in a try to find someone who is really doing it good if you have to take it. Again, many people didn't do it well. Group mocks, there are a lot of free stuff. Maybe if you found something free, try it. If you found that person is giving something like resonates to you, makes sense, they found out stuff that makes sense in their feedback to the people they have seen, that do a mock with them. Do a mock with them. Do it 3 or 4 weeks so you can work on that with your study partner. Again, the study partner is the secret of this exam, another secret. So in the day of the exam, the IPS, the whole journey of study, the study partner, that's the secret of the exam. Continue till the exam day, continue like that. Revise from time to time. Don't stress yourself. Before 1 week from the exam, take care of your feeding, take care of your nutrition, and your hydration. Take care also not to be around any single thing that put you down, any single thoughts that really hurt you or put you down. This is not how you should enter the exam. These 7 days are very valuable, um, and you should be always happy in these 7 days. Okay, next slide. My experience with the plab 2. Okay, let me talk to you about every single attempt. The first attempt I did, I was quite confident. I did not practice all the core of the station. I was just reading the notes. Again, the notes, it was for the academy that I attend in Liverpool. It wasn't good notes. There was a lot of mistakes, and it wasn't full of information. I again, my preparation was based on these notes. I did practice with one or quite few, a little, not many, not like my third attempt. But again, I did practice with few people online, quite little and few people online. Very little. I put all my concentration on the academy, and that was the worst decision ever. So, so that was the worst decision. If the people in the academy always put me down, I didn't take a healthy feedback. When you live in England and start working, you will know about that feedback should be given in a very healthy way, because you are adults and there is ethics. It's not about you like or you don't like or your mood or your you're supposed to be way much more mature than this. Okay, so the academy was not a very good to me at all. Okay, but again, I had to suck it to swallow it up in order, because I thought it would help me to bear, endure, and to in order to pass, you have to bear and endure. But again, this is not how it works in England. So England does not work like that. So if you have a very good IPS already, if you're 100% sure of that, because for some certain reason you know 100%, or in your interpersonal skills is very powerful, and again, you know you have structure. If you already know that, you can enter the exam tomorrow. You can enter the exam tomorrow. All you need to do is know the core of the station, know the structure, have very powerful IPS according to the English people. That's You can enter tomorrow. But again, if you didn't understand that, in 10 years you will not pass the exam in 10 years. Even if you attend the academy actually they don't teach about the IPS, and who do the practice with you are another candidates from your same level, which is a level of someone who don't know much about this country, don't know much about their interpersonal skills, communication skills, how they talk, and how to handle situations in that country. You don't know much about them. And who those who know from your same country don't want to share that with you, to have a step ahead of you. Very immature and silly behavior from adults walking the same path, came from the maybe from the same country. I'm truly, truly disappointed. On the day of the exam, I was okay. Although there were a lot of things putting me down, I was fairly very confident and hopeful, extremely confident. That's why I was almost about 1 or 2 marks away from passing. I did not pass because the stress of the exam itself. So one station, I was almost, I did it, and I didn't reach to the management. I did pass that station. I didn't say anything in the management. I felt that's worst station I have because I didn't say anything in the management. But I did pass that station, because the again, as I told you, some stations you will not finish and they will pass because comparing you to the other candidates and compared to the difficulty of the station, that's what you will be marked against. Okay, so don't worry about that. What you should do, you should focus and continue the whole 16 station with the same first IPS level that you demonstrate in the first station, with the confidence, stability, calmness, know how to perform well. Okay, so that's ruined a lot of stations after this bad station that I thought I didn't do well. And that's why I failed that exam. Also, the mystery about the exam. Okay, um, the second attempt, I did not change the notes, but I did study harder. I know really the core of the station way much more now. Um I did not get what the IPS mean. I did not understand what the meaning of the word IPS. I entered the exam just after 3 weeks from the first one. I saw it after knowing the core of the station, practice more with people. I did practice more. I did know the core of the station more, but again, I did not pass because I didn't know still the IPS. I didn't know the IPS, but after the third attempt, because I have engaged way much more with the English people. So that actually what I can why how I did pass in my third attempt. IPS. I got zero in the management. I telling you, the management is not what you will make you feel fail or pass, but the IPS. So how did I prepare the second attempt? I did attend mocks. Now I decided to take mocks because I was thinking that that's how people pass. They take mocks. They take decision from people. They say they claim that they know what they are saying very, very well about this exam. So I took mocks and they gave me feedback. I worked on it, and they did not comment on my IPS period, and I did not pass again. This time, 10 marks away from the passing mark. I was completely down, shocked. It was awful. The day of the exam, I thought I was performing way much better than the first time, but I do not think they were agreeing with me. Okay. The notes, as I told you, I did not change the notes in the all 3 attempts, but I chose people from different academy and the academies in the third attempt. They studied from different notes, so we're completing each other. Mocks, I did try a few many mocks after the second attempt. I was completely frustrated, didn't know what's going on, how I can pass this. So I did take mocks, around 7 or 8 mocks, and truly there it was waste of time. But again, I was lost. So you shouldn't find someone who talk to you about interpersonal skills. Or that's how you can pass. Okay, that's how you can pass courses. Okay, yeah, that's courses. I when this word is mentioned, I remember Dr. Rasha Ali. Dr. Rasha Ali, I took with her mocks and I took her courses, and I truly have a lot of respect towards that human. She is extremely supportive, very nice person. I really think that she deserves a lot of good to happen to her. She is very kind human being, one of the genuine people that you could face, that you could meet in England. If you are an Egyptian, you'll find someone genuine from your country. Uh, that's Dr. Rasha Ali. I'm very grateful to know her, really. I wish everything good happened to her. She was really a good human being towards me. Social experiences. So I had social experience in England quite as lived there for quite few time. I didn't leave the England until I've passed. Okay, so I had few experiences, ups and downs, fighting, of course, annoyance, getting annoyance sometimes. So when you live in England, if you did not meet, if you did not fail, I how to explain it? Okay, better way. So the English, they have expectations, bad expectations, or almost not how to describe it, expect, the something they are expecting to happen. If they did not find that happening, they will be extremely rude for you even if you didn't do anything bad. I started getting this message over and over and over while living there. This always put me into unease. Sometimes I snapped, and now I know what happened when I snap. Sometimes I use my keeping my calm and do another thing in order to get my what I want. I tried many things. I tried many how orientations, or how I mean not orientations. I tried many ways, many moves in order to see to explore more the English people, men and women. Um, to understand what they exactly saying. I when I go to cafe, when I go to a restaurant, I talk to the cashier, maybe me I talk to the waiter, maybe I say something nice and see will they say something nice back. What about if I ask it for direction? What about engage in life in general to understand how they are speaking. Maybe listen if you are in the public and seeing the English people, you will notice from their behavior what are they expecting. You will notice if you are looking towards them how they are talking to someone from also from foreigner from where you are or from another country. You will start getting understanding their behavior, what they are actually looking forward to seeing in them, and how they will react towards them, what they actually want them to do. You'll start getting these messages by social experiences. Study partners, I again put this is a secret to pass this exam. The study partners, you need someone know how to give you healthy feedback, reassure you when you deserve reassurance, and praise you, and not to become a trap to you, trap you not to study with other people, and consume your time, and you are actually wasting both your times. Okay, my third attempt, I did attend multiple. I did. Sorry, I didn't attend the academy at all because it always put me down. I did few mocks. I studied with partners from everywhere. I took courses of Dr. Rasha Ali, and I watched the videos on YouTube of Dr. Sahar Ali. She is very successful and hardworking, and I like to watch women actually who are hardworking, and they are actually making sense. I really like to see that. Dr. Sahar videos on YouTube are fantastic, fantastic. They let me feel good. I can't describe it, but I feel good when I watch it really. So my videos here is a very dry presentation, but her videos look way much better than these. I'm very happy that sometimes I really like to hear how people talk. So it was really good, and the ones specifically the ones talking about what to do before the exam, I did listen to it over and 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 over. So if you want to learn something from videos, you need to listen to the video over and over and over and over and over. Okay. The day of the exam I was completely relaxed. I actually didn't have much energy to get stressed, so I was completely confident, relaxed. I was just a smidge away from crossing my leg in front of the examiner and the patient, but I don't know about this. Some people are comfortable to sit down cross legs. I don't know about this. I'm not going to the exam to cross my leg, but I was too comfortable to this level. Again, I want to there was no stress this time at all. So I'm going there all out, all bold, extremely smiley, cheerful. Okay, and I did all the stations that level. Gratefully, I did start in my rest station. So don't worry if you start in the rest station or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Please don't drink any caffeine drink on that day. Not to go to the loo more often so you can concentrate. That day, what else happened? Yes, you need to be confident all the way and calm and relaxed. Don't try to um, gain their sympathy with you in order for you to let you pass. You are not. You are a doctor, a very respectful doctor. If you demonstrated what they want from you, they will let you pass. There is nothing called you are too kind to let you fail, to let you down. This is will not happen. Never in England. Actually, they will happen the opposite. If you are trying to do that, they will make sure to fail you. Sometimes I feel this exam is to teach you about the behavior expectation of the English. So if you're trying to acquire their sympathy, they will not let you down. So if you want sympathy, just do what you have to do. If your situation really needs sympathy, needs support, they might do that, but do not expect that from them. Do not expect. They are really quite restrict and strict about this, and so don't go there. Be extremely confident and don't take any charity from anyone. Okay, even psychological or spiritual charity, no need. Or a very good human, very strong doctor. Okay, next slide. What to do after the exam? It's up to you. There's nothing specific that you have to do, but again, clinical attachment observership, you will need that, and it will help you for many reasons. To add to your experience, clinical supporter roles. There are roles I learned that you can work and get money out of it, but I don't know how because I was on a standard visitor visa, and I did try to apply for one of these on the NHS job website, but I didn't get it. And there are many people doing the plab exam who are living there and taking it and doing it. I don't know any about this, but again, I know that it exists. So if you want one of these, you have to look for it on the internet. Stay in studying environment and mood. Some people after the exam they decided to continue and to on this journey until you pass, until they hear the word or read the word. You passed. Okay, so they continue in this environment, study, doing stations every day, revising until they pass. Okay, they don't have anything to do. Explore and sightsee. They go out and see the country and see the mummies and all the ancient artifacts and monuments of Egyptian history in London in the British Museum or the in Liverpool Museum. They have a lot in Manchester Museum. They have a lot of our beautiful history artifacts, historical artifacts. So please, when you go there and enjoy it, please remember me. Okay, go back to your life and your home. If you don't stress yourself. This exam, as I told you, there is no need. Really, if I had this choice again, I wouldn't really take an academy. The people are afraid, so they decide to take academy. But again, everything I want to tell you, everything in the internet, the materials on the internet, the study partners on the internet, and whoever can tutor you can take it. Even the course online, if you had to go to that academy, you want that course specifically, you can take it online. And again, it will not help you much. Believe me, it will not help you much. It's all about knowing the core of the stations, having structure, having IPS. Go to the exam. If you achieve that in 1 day or 10 days, and by the way, it's applicable to do that in 2 weeks. But you need someone really know how to lead this study. Okay, it's very easy. Go back to your life and your home again. Yes, as I told you, you can't. You might actually not need to go to UK at all. It's expensive and waste of time sometimes. And again, the academy put a lot of people down. It might be a reason to cause people to fail actually. So the mannequins, you can do that on your pillows or your on an orange or something. You can do that by your own hands. Okay, at home, and go to the exam. Even if you didn't manage to finish the procedure, you can pass still the same station. It's not about doing the procedure because doctors, even registrars in England, sometimes they are not able to take bloods. If you want it to be just a 1 day visit and do the exam and go back to your life and your home and your work, I recommend that. People stop their job, people do a lot of stuff to focus. Believe me, that will not help you much. That will not, it's not recommended. Okay? Alright. Let's Next station. What to do if you couldn't pass? I want you to know that you are really a good person already. I don't know your level, even if you are a fresh graduate or you are experienced doctor. You are a very good human being that you are seeking the good for your life, and also you will do good in life. You are a good human being. Okay. So if you did not pass, that's very normal. You just did not understand what's acquired for you. When you did understand, when you do understand this 100% well, and when you apply it 100% well, you will pass. Unfortunately, that's the only way. It is extremely easy exam, so that's the good part for you to focus on. If you pass that exam, it's also very normal. Okay, this exam is a extremely easy exam. So who passed this exam, there might be someone actually have talked to them about the IPS more than you. They might have actually better experience, indulging experience with the Europeans, so they started to get to know how they talk. Sometimes the Europeans don't actually talk in front of you like how they actually talk as a foreigner. I don't know why, because that's very silly. People come from everywhere to see how they work, how they talk, how they do things, and they hold things back. They don't want you to know how to succeed. Sometimes I feel they don't really share everything for like for no reason. And I'm talking not about secrets of life. I mean like they change how they respond and talk. Sometimes when they don't know you, maybe let's put it like that. Okay, I will not speak about the cost, the effort, the frustration, time, and the issues and pressure. But I want you to know that whatever is happening with you, whatever is the cause of making you feel bad regarding this exam and you're not passed, this is extremely small fracture, small point in your career. It's nothing at all. You're just doing an exam in order for you to give it license and start doing medicine in England, and you will be a very beginning, newly beginning doctor. You are not really a consultant, and if your level is high in your country, believe me, it's way life here is way much different. You, as I told you before, please put your ego somewhere else, away from this exam, and away from the history, and away from your colleagues, please. Okay. Um, you are already doing fantastic by taking the exam itself. Many people actually didn't finish with plab 1. Many people didn't have it into them to seek a better life and do good for them and for the people around them. You are doing fantastic, fantastic, but no one is telling you because everyone is busy. Okay, be aware and give in to the fail success cycle. So you will fail, you will grieve, you will accept the grief, you will start working hard, you will succeed, then you will gain confidence, and you will fail again somewhere else in another field. Okay, so that's totally normal cycle. I'm aware now that this will happen to me again and again, and what you will have to do is to go through this cycle. Be strong, go through this cycle fast, or take your time and accept that you will take time in it. But again, this is life. There is nothing to do about it. You are doing your best, and that's actually what's expected from you as a good human. Okay? I don't want you to break. Okay? Many people break and do bad things to themselves and to people around them. And that's where you will notice that it's not worth it. It's not worth it what you might think it's not worth it. That's wrong. Let's say it's wrong idea, because it is worth it. You paid money already for this. It is good indeed. You will have something good out of this. It will affect, that good will affect you. Will have good in your future, even if the current time is not really good. Even if this is extremely small and you cannot pass it in your mind. But again, it's not about that. It's about no one let you know how. No one let you know how. When you will find how, you will know exactly how small is this. And please, when you know how, don't make it a big deal, and that you make like a PhD achievement. And now you are selfish towards those who are after you, and don't let them know how. Uh, if you are explaining everything to the fullest, to the maximum, to the purpose of letting them understanding every single inch of this whole process in order for them to pass, or just of a specific topic related to this, like IPS or history or management or whatever. If you did not, then you are not really useful. If you did not let them go to explore maximum as much as you can, to let them understand what's going on as much as you can, then you are not useful. Uh, uh, you are not really useful. You are not really useful, and you are not mature. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but this is the truth. If you are not being useful to your colleagues and respectful towards them, and if you are not lifting their spirit up all the time, you are a bad human. You are a bad human, okay? Uh, your support system and your lifestyle. This is important things. Maybe in some countries, being support or people asking for support, it might sound silly and actually is begging. Look like a beggar, that person. But this is life. I mean, English people, they have a lot of support, even from strangers. I mean, English towards another English, they both don't know each other. They support each other. They support each other as in a very weird way, in a very clean and decent and honest way, and for no reason. Okay, so you need to have friends who can support you 100%, try to acknowledge you, try to understand you, try to listen to you, give you something good to your well being, to your psychology. Just patch your psychology, kid. Let you feel good today in order for you to be able to move on and go through with your life and do better in the next time, and again and again. And you do that to them as well, okay? Lifestyle. If you are not doing good, taking care of yourself, it's not worth it anything you are doing in your life. So, okay, so if you are not taking care of your lifestyle this year because you are taking the plab 2, and the next year because you are busy, and the next year because you are doing another study, and the next year because this. So, what's the point of living? So, what is the point of living? You are not taking care of your nutrition, your feeding, your health, your. What is the point of what you are doing? If you are not doing something now good to your health, what is the point of what you're doing? Okay. Maybe it's just an exam and you will pass it, but again, need to push more. Submit to this, okay, line. Um, you just not yet explored what they have done, or it's not the time yet for you to pass. All what you can do is continue your life and practice more, do the core stations, practice more, love yourself more, do your lifestyle more. Enter the exam after you understand, build the change in your interpersonal skills. Enter the exam with confidence, okay? So here how you get. So after this pep talk about how to patch up your soul and your spirit, now get back at practicing as soon as you can. Book an exam after at least a month. So I find 1 month is enough to make solid change in your interpersonal skills. If you don't have good knowledge of the core of the stations, also it might cover more than 100 core of the stations and know them very well, and you might be able to revise them all twice. Sorry. So get back to practicing as soon as possible when you finish patching yourself up, and move on. Okay. The IPS, make a change in your IPS in order to pass without even seeing your marking sheet. I'm 100% sure that if you did a solid change in interpersonal skills, and you studied the behavior expectation of the British and the English in general, you'll be able to score really high in this interpersonal skills. Okay. um Study partners, please change study partners, like everyday new one, please, as much as you can. You also need to be extremely grateful because you have a new chance to enter the exam. You have a new chance to have a good life for yourself. Maybe there is something for you. Something for you. If you did pass the exam this early, maybe something bad could have happened to you. Okay, so be grateful. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. No, don't say just, okay, I'm grateful. No, close your eyes and say, I am grateful. I am really grateful that I have a chance. I am really grateful that I did learn something new. I am really grateful that I will start again, study again. I am really grateful. Many people don't have the chance. Many people don't have many things away from this exam, like their health. I'm very grateful for my health. I'm very grateful. I'm always grateful. I will always be grateful, even if I didn't pass. I'm very good already. Okay? Next slide. This is an extremely easy exam. This is very important slide. Do not let anyone put you down. Another candidates, or someone jealous of you, or someone having something against you. Don't put anyone put you down. You are extremely good person. I have met amazing people from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Bangladesh, from Vietnam, from Nepal, from Pakistan, even from few people from East Europe. I met someone from South America. I want you to know that a lot of people are really good, and a lot of people, you are also very good person. If don't let people show you how they talk. I think people taking this exam, if they are think they are competing, that's extremely wrong. If you are completing each other, that will be a way much higher chance of you pass this exam. I really loved all of them. I noticed something in the every single one of these nations that I have talked to you taking this exam. They have something in their interpersonal skills different than ours, and that's something I really picked it up, and focus also on their behavior expectation when they talk to themselves and talk to other colleagues they're from their countries, and talk to people, English people, and talk to us as other candidates from other country. Observe how this happened. Try to notice their interpersonal skills. Try to notice their communication skills. There are a lot of good things you can see out of people from different places. A lot of good things. Don't let anyone put you down. You are doing fantastic. You are doing fantastic. Doctors are always carrying a message, really, really valuable, and this message actually costs them a lot of stress all the time, lots of pressure, a lot of uh, taking out of their good times, and this will happen for a really long time. So you are perfectly fine. You are totally fine. You are quite valued, and you are a very good human. And I myself have huge respect to a lot of my colleagues, a lot of admiration to this job, and to a lot of beautiful doctors that I have seen. uh, you can be one of those very respectful, very valuable doctor, whatever your level is. You need to really take this serious, this profession serious, and I know that you want to pass, you just don't know how. Okay, keep looking for. Keep. Don't say this is not my fault. Keep looking for information. Keep updating yourself, and keep calm. You are doing perfect. You are doing perfect. You are not late for anything. You are perfectly fine. Okay, take things at your own pace, and you are perfectly fine. You are valued. You are loved. You are good. You will pass. You will have better chances in your future. Please, when you pass, remember those who helped you, and remember to help new people with you. Remember to open your ears, and open your mind towards them. Remember to acknowledge and contain them. Don't acquire any behavior uh, of seeing yourself way much ahead of them. Now it's not your problem. It's not a problem actually. So don't say that it's not my problem, because it's not a problem. You can either mentor them, or you can actually not be a non-useful person towards people who are walking the same path. So you can mentor, or you can be non-useful. Okay, that's your choice. Thank you so much for this, letting me talk to you. I really hope one day I meet every single one of you and have a cup of coffee with you and talk about our achievements and success. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Good luck.